Jenny, she is waiting at the setting of the sun, been contemplating how the day had run. Bird flies high and cries some, clouds drift by and hide some. Jenny, she is waiting the setting of the sun. Don't fly to Georgia, don't fly to Spain, don't go chasing galleons along the golden main. Knight in shining armor, cowboy in the hay. When you're feeling lonely, with the blues on a summer's day. She sees a strange reflection in the old mill pond, like a thief a-calling from the great beyonds. Golden chains and silver floating down the river. She sees a strange reflection in the old mill pond. Don't fly to Georgia, don't fly to Spain, don't go chasing galleons along the golden main. Knight in shining armor, cowboy in hay. When you're feeling lonely, with the blues on a summer's day. Jenny bends her steps to the curving of the road, feels a little darker, as if the clock had slowed. The haunted note that finds her, forgotten words that bind her. Jenny bends her steps to the curving of the road. Don't fly to Georgia, don't fly to Spain, don't go chasing galleons along the golden main. Knight in shining armor, cowboy in the hay. When you're feeling lonely, with the blues on a summer's day.
Hello, and it's Helena here from Country Music Social Media Sessions. I've just played a fantastic track of a live version of Blues on a Summer's Day by Steve Bonham, and the man is here himself. Hello, how are you?
I'm great, Helena, and you are recovering, I hear.
Yes, I had a bit of a cold, mixed with hay fever, and lots of other stuff going on, but I'm all right. I was so croaky yesterday. I sounded like Kermit, so I didn't want to do that. So, so it's nice to see you. And last time I spoke to you, I think we were kind of in and out of lockdowns, weren't we? We were going in and out of lockdowns, and you were saying you were working on an album.
That was American Wilderness, I guess. Yeah, or was it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you, but 3 years of my life are like a bucket of sludge time-wise. I've no idea what happened when. So,
yes.
yeah.
It's been very weird. Like I said to people, it feels like it almost didn't happen. I feel like in the last couple of years have been kind of a time warp. It's been really, really strange. And I look back on it and think, did that really happen? But I've just played Blues on a Summer's Day, which I've played on my show on Radio Downtown as well. It's fantastic. Is it a bit of a ghost story? Oh, hello.
I'm sorry. By the way, here's Harry.
Harry, you're welcome, Harry. My cats may join in a bit, so I've just shut the door so my cats can't. It's okay, he's fine. So yes, it's a ghost story.
He's a rescue dog, yeah. His previous owner is now serving at Her Majesty's pleasure. I've got the dog. Now you can go now. That's enough. You've had
he's lovely.
He's a bit of a star. He's a bit bit needy stuff.
It's absolutely fine. He's welcome. He's welcome to join us at any time. So yeah, Blues on a Summer's Day, which is a fantastic record. And looking on your bio about the record, it seems to be a bit of a ghost story. So I'm very intrigued. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it could be a ghost story. It's a very strange thing. To keep my head straight, I've got this old 56 tons of scrap metal, otherwise known as my narrowboat Emelina, which is, I like to go out and chill out there, and it's down in Oxfordshire canals, and I potter around and things, and it's always a good place for just taking some time out. Anyway, I was motoring home one evening. I've been travelling for 2 or 3 days on my own, which is hard work, and beautiful, sunny, English at its best, lovely day, and I was just getting towards twilight, and I was thinking I'm going to moor soon and stop for the night, and just at the bank, there was a girl sort of half looking into the waters, and it was strange because she couldn't have said it. She was dressed in such a way she could have been a modern hippie reborn, it was timeless what she's wearing. Yeah. I was very struck by the intensity of her looking into the water, such that I wasn't really looking at what I was doing with Emmeline, and she immediately veered off towards the other bank. And by the time I'd regained control, and I looked up to look for this girl, she completely disappeared. And it was such a place to think, well, if to walk away from there, she'd have had to run. It doesn't look like she fell in the water. So she just disappeared, really. And I just started to imagine what she was looking at and what she was looking for. And then Blues on a Summer's Day was probably what she was experiencing.
Yeah, it seems that's a really fascinating story. I love things like that. Have you tried to research if anything, a girl was found there at any point over the? I ought to do something useful like that. Yeah. And in fact, the song came out of all sorts of things that I've heard and listened to. So, I've never followed it up. I just left that as a little picture of a moment in time, which is the theme of the album. Yeah, I think that's a really amazing story, and the song's great anyway. So now I know more about it. It kind of makes it even more apt. I really like it, and I do play it quite a lot as well. And I'll be playing it again this week. It's had the most lovely response. In fact, I got a message this morning from a surgeon in Australia, and he's playing the album whilst he's doing his surgery. Apparently surgeons are allowed playlists. So I wrote to him and said, I hope you're giving the patient a general anaesthetic. I've got to listen to all this whilst you're fiddling around. And he said, no, we're all, local anaesthetic only. And I can't do an Australian accent. So, I've got a fan. And in fact, he was a big fan, this guy, who's now had a gastric band fitted or something. So, I hope he's recovering well, and I hope your music helped him through his journey. No idea who he is, but so yes, it's been played in all sorts of places. It's nice, isn't it? I think with obviously with the lockdown and pandemic, we've all had to rely on social media a lot more to get our music out there. And even though we're coming out the other side now, it seems to be that we're getting a lot of airplay worldwide. People are getting hold of our stuff now, and it's fantastic. I think because you've been with country music social media now for some time, haven't you? You've been with us a while. Oh gosh, yes, probably since at least. It wouldn't surprise me again. The COVID problem, probably 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, because you've been with us a while. We do get your music out there, and we do play it. And we love what you do. Absolutely love it.
It's been very helpful. I'm very grateful for what you've done. Yeah.
Oh no, you're welcome. That's what we're here for. But are you doing? Are you actually getting out back on the road now? Are you actually been able to perform? Now we're trying to get back to normality.
Just starting. I think for all of us, it's quite interesting. We've got a whole heap of different stuff coming up, but the level of cancellation is still quite high. You think you're already got, and they ring and says something's happened. Either COVID's wiped out the audience, or so it's still strange times, but we've got the end of this month it starts. We're in the studio next week on something else. We've with the band, The Long Road. And then we've got, summer full of festivals and things. Then I've got a solo tour in America in October. And then we're very hopeful for doing a tour in the north of England, probably in November. I think we've got some dates. So it's a busy year actually, which is nice.
It's good. That's good. But let's know the dates. We'll get it out there for you. We'll stop plugging.
Thank you. Yeah.
So tell us a bit more about the album. What's it called? When's it out? Is it out already?
It's out now. I mean, it got a bit delayed on Spotify, but it's called Standing Stones, and it's probably the music I play to myself. With Long Road, we've gone for this very, we call it heavy wood. There's a lot going on. It's a big, powerful kind of sound, and I love it. I've just all been absolutely. I think ever since the early days of Rod Stewart, I love acoustic instruments played loud. Not la-di-da.
Yes.
But at the same time, I've always written these other songs which I really like. They don't really necessarily fall into the Long Road territory. And as we've done albums like American Wilderness, I've grabbed a few hours in the studio and put them down until I discovered about 3 months ago, I've more or less got 10 tracks. So I think I had 9, and I've written another song, which is the last one I'll do. And yeah, I've loved doing it. I mean, it's the biggest, on a Long Road thing, you've got, between us probably playing 12, 14 instruments. The maximum instrumentation on this album is 3, and one track, I played everything on. I played the bass and the harmonica and the guitar. And I've loved that intimacy, and I've loved that telling a quieter story.
Yeah.
And I've loved that. And I just have had no expectation, Ellen. I've not said, oh, I'm going to do this. And people, I just thought, well, it's out there and take it if you like. I nearly didn't release it. I just thought, well, this is so kind of quiet and intimate. But then people have been very generous with it, which is lovely. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. And what I like about your music is it is proper storytelling. And that's what country Americana kind of music's about. And I love that. And the Blues on the Summer's Day is a prime example of your storytelling. Now, you've kindly recorded another song for us. So before we let you go, what have you recorded? And tell us a bit about the song.
This song is called Half Moon on a Far Hill. And it's the last song. It's a very, very simple song. On the album, it's just me and guitar, and Chris, the Bishop, turns up and plays a little beautiful, tasteful piano. And it's a song, the story is that my mother during the Second World War was evacuated from Newcastle up into the Northumbrian moors, which would have been quite literally for her like going to another planet. She was came from a poor working class. She almost definitely would not have left Newcastle. And then be gone to live with total strangers up on the moors in a tiny little place called West Woburn. And I was just, in fact, I was driving along with my partner and she said, this must have been so strange. And that thing made me think, that it would have been odd. And then I guess with all the horrific amount of refugees that are happening now across the world, I suddenly thought, all those poor kids. I mean, it's my mum actually has a very positive memory of that.
Yeah.
But but basically, she was fleeing a war zone because they were bombing New.
Yeah.
But now you see the dear kids from Syria and the Ukraine, and you think, I hope for them that there's what turned out to be a not upsetting experience for Mum. And she often talked about it in quite positive ways, even though at the time it must have been dreadful.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I mean, yeah, I can't imagine what they go through, but she got positive thoughts and positive
she
experiences.
Did. I mean, she rode a horse. She never. I don't think.
Oh wow.
The horse was something that brought the milk in the morning. And she rode a horse, and she saw the moors and that sheep and goats and all the things that live up there wild. I mean, it was quite a remarkable experience for her, but. Yeah, so
that's fantastic. That's amazing. I mean, what a great story. So we're going to play out of that one because I want people to hear it. So thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you so much for recording the songs for us as well, because it's nice to get a feel of how they were written and they'll be played how they were written. So I'm going to get this right. So it's Half Moon on a Far Hill. Is that right?
Half Moon on a Far Hill.
I like the titles of your songs as well. I remembered it. Thank you very much. This is Steve Bonham. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will speak to you very soon. Take care.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.
This girl on a bus heads to the west, away from the cold smoke and the streets she knew best. Crash to the hammer, shriek of the steel, to a half moon on a file, frost in the fields. Such a wide open space, house made of stone, ride on an old horse that can't carry her home. Wait, my lass, that'll do, says Jim out on the lea of the half moon far hill, frost in the fields. Start of the river flows to the coast. Wild goat is watching, hawk on the post. She brings a song to the heart to light a memory of the half moon far hill, frost in the fields. Half moon far hill, frost in the fields.